Okay, in the last class we have discussed some problems. Today we will discuss again some problems on composition of relations, and also if time permits we will discuss equipotent sets. Okay. So question is this: consider the following 5 relations on set A. R1 is this one, R2 is this, and R3 is 1, 3, 2, 1. R4 is empty relations. R5 is the universal relation. Means R5 contains all the R, R5 contains all the ordered pairs. Okay. So determine which of the following relations are reflexive, symmetric, antisymmetric, and transitive. Okay. In the last class, we have also discussed these things, but it was not clear because of the problems in light. Okay, there was light problem. So today we will discuss again. Okay, and we will discuss one by one reflexive, symmetric, antisymmetric, and transitivity property one by one of all these relations. Okay. So first of all, since A contains 4 elements 1, 2, 3, 4, a relation on A is reflexive. We know reflexive when a relation is not reflexive. Okay, if self pairs are not belong to that relation, okay, we will say that pair. So we will search are all the self pairs belongs to that relation or not. Okay, so since all the 4 pairs 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and 4, 4, these are the self pairs. Okay, thus R2 and the universal relation R5. You see in R2, you see R2. These all the self pairs 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4 are belongs. Okay, so therefore R2 is reflexive. Similarly, R5, the universal relation, yes, इसमें तो all ordered pairs are belongs to that relation. Okay, so therefore it is also reflexive. Note that R1, R3, and R4 are not reflexive since, as for example, 2, 2 does not belongs to any of them. उसमें self pairs नहीं है. Okay. Now we will symmetric. Okay. R1 is not symmetric because 1, 2 belongs to R1, but 2, 1 does not belongs to R1. Okay. A relation is symmetric if it is called if it is AB belongs to there, then BA must be belongs to there. Okay. So for this reason, R1 is not symmetric. Similarly, R3 is not symmetric because 1, 3 belongs to R3, but 3, 1 not belongs to 3, 1 is not belongs to R3. Okay. So the other relations are rest of the relations by these two relations R1 and R3 are not symmetric, but other 3 are symmetric. Now C, we will define antisymmetric property. Okay, so R2 is not antisymmetric because 1, 2 belongs to R2 and 2, 1 belongs to R2, but 1 not equal to 2. Okay, antisymmetric क्या होगा? If A is related to B and B is related to C, then A must be equal to B. But here you see 1 is related to and 2 is related to 1 in R2. Okay, but 1 not equal to 2. So therefore this relation R2 is not antisymmetric. Similarly, relation R5 is not antisymmetric. All other relations are antisymmetric. Now come to transitivity. The relation R3 is not transitive since 2, 1 is in R3 and 1, 3 is in R3, but you see here 2, 3, but 2, 3 does not belong to R3. Okay, so therefore R3 is not transitive. All other relations are transitive. Now find the number of relations from A to B. A is ABC and B 1, 2. Okay, so we have to find first of all the elements of A cross B, because relations, what are relations? Relations are subsets of A cross B. Okay, so first we will find the elements of A cross B. So there are if A m elements, B n elements, then m into n. So A cross B will have mn elements, means we have here 6 elements. Okay. Now we have to find all the different subsets of A cross B, because each subset gives a relation. Okay. So therefore, 6 elements we have across in A cross B. So therefore, A cross B have total number of subsets. The formula is 2 to the power n. Here n is 6. So 2 to the power 6 equal to 64 subsets of A cross B. So therefore, M equal to 64 relations from A cross B. The number of subsets of A cross B gives the number of relations from A to B. Okay. So now question number example 3.1 to page number 80. Let this AB1 A is 1, 2, 3, 4. Consider the following relation R on A. R equal to 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 4, 2, 4, 4. Okay. Draw its directed graph. Okay. We discussed already how to draw a directed graph. You put all the elements in a plane 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then if it is self-related, okay, 1 to 1 is related to 1, so you put a loop here. Okay. 2 is related to 2, so you put a loop here. And 4, 4 is also related. 4 is related to 4, so there is a loop there. Okay. And for all other pairs, you see 2 is related to 3, so you put a arrow. Okay, put a arrow from 2 to 3 pointing towards 3. Okay. Similarly, 3, 2 is there, so you make a arrow from starting from 3 towards 2. Okay, arrow is towards 2. So this is how we draw a directed graph. Okay, of a relation. Now, R is reflexive, symmetric, transitive, antisymmetric. Okay, and we will discuss its reflexivity. Okay, R is not reflexive because 3, 3 is not there. In the last example we discussed, okay, if it is reflexive होना है तो क्या आना? It contains all the self pair. So you see 1, 1 is there, 4, 4 is there, 2, 2 is there, but 3, 3 is not there. We need all the self pairs. Okay, if it is reflexive. So 3, 3 is missing, so therefore it is not reflexive. Okay. Now symmetric. Symmetric if it is not symmetric, you see here it is 4, 2 is there, but 2, 4 is not there. You see 4 is related to related to 2, but 2 is not related to 4. Okay, that means 4, 2 belongs to R, but 2, 4 does not belong to R. Similarly, R is not transitive because you see 4, 2 is there and 2, 3 is there, but 4 to 3, you see 4 to 3. Okay, by skipping this 2, so 4 to 3 does not belong to R. So therefore it is not transitive. Okay, transitive means if A related to B and B related to C, then A must be related to C. Okay, so हमारे पास ये नहीं है, 4, 3 नहीं है, so therefore it does not belong. R is not transitive. Now antisymmetric, it is not antisymmetric because 2, 3 is there and 3, 2 is there. Okay, 2, 3 is there and 3, 2 is there, but 2 not equal to 3. Means 2 is related to 3 and 3 is related to 2, but 2 not equal to 3. So it is not antisymmetric. And the last question is find R composition R. Okay, yeah, so this is what called R2. Okay, notation is this is R2 means R composition R. So for R composition R कैसे डिफाइन है? R composition S जैसे हैं, जैसे ये यहाँ S की जगह में R. Okay, you put S equal to R, same R and R, both are R. We generally here we put R and here it is S, then we take S composition R. But since here R composition R, so both the places you put R. Okay. So what are the elements of R composition R? Basically, you take for each pair AB, find all BC belongs to R. Find all BC belongs to R. Okay, you take a ordered pair AB from R. You choose one by one. First you choose first ordered pair. Okay, and for this ordered pair you find all the BC. Find all BC. Okay, not ABC. For AB belongs to R, you find all BC. For this second slot you see B. सो बी के साथ जितने ऑर्डर पेयर है आप सब फाइंड करिए, उसके बाद आप वहां से सारे देख देख के ए एंड सी, बी को स्किप करते हुए ए सी ले लीजिए। ओके, जितने सारे ए सी मिल जाएंगे दिस बिलोंग्स टू आर कंपोजिशन आर। तो सबसे आसान जो है वो यहां से ऐसे है, आप डायग्राम बना लीजिए दोनों रिलेशंस की, यहां तो सेम है, तो यू मेक इट आर, you see 1 to 1 relations, R relation is given. Okay. You have this relation is here, this 1 1 2 2 2 3 3 2 4 2 and 4 4. Okay, 1 1 2 2 2 3 3 2 4 2 and 4 4. This is your relation, given relation. Okay. Similarly, you this again R, because here R composition R, so you write again R. Similarly, 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 2 to 3, and 3 to 2, 4 to 2, and 4 to 4. Now you will you can find easily elements of your R cross R by this arrow diagram. How? You see, you take one element, one here, you reach here in C. Suppose this is your A, this is your B, and this is your C. So you start from here A and you reach C by a 1. So you skip middle one. This 1 comma 1 is your member of R composition R. Okay, composition. Now second you come to 2. You goes 2 to 2 and you reach 2 to 2. So 2 to 2 is there. Okay, by skipping this 2. Again 2 to you go 2 to 2 and 2 to 3 you reach. Okay, so you reach starting from 2 and you are reaching 3. Okay, so by this skipping to middle one, 2 to 3 is a member of your R composition R. Okay, similarly here you see 3 to 2 and 2 to 2. So 3 to 2 and you reach 3 to 2 by skipping by this 2. So you skip this one. Okay, similarly you reach 4 to 4 and 4 to 4. So 4, this 2 4 comma 4 is your R composition R. Similarly you can find all the other members. Okay, this is in here. You see in your given relation 3 3 was not there. Okay, but in R composition R 3 3 is also there. You see how it is 3 to 2 and 2 to 3. So you starting from 3 and you reach 3 by a 2. So you skip this 2. Therefore 3 comma 3 is a member of your R composition R. So it is easy to find the members of R composition R. Okay, by otherwise you have to check all these members. Okay, one by one you take one pair and find all the members. Okay, BC, find all the members of the type BC. Okay, and then you collect all the ACs for your composition method. So now next question is let A equal to 1 to 3 and B equal to ABC and C equal to XY. Consider the following relations R from A to B and S from B to C. You see R from this and S is this one, B to C. Okay, so find the composition of composition relation, that is S composition R. Okay, S earlier it was R composition R, now it is S composition R. Okay, so you write here by this diagram you can write easily. Okay, otherwise formula is there. Okay, for each pair in R. Okay, you take all the pairs by starting from its second coordinate and collect all the SCs. Okay, this is the formula. Okay, now by diagram how you will write the composition S composition R. You write here your S relation, you write here your R, here it is your R relation, here it is your S relation. Okay, by arrow diagram, simple here. A to Y, you see A to Y, B to X, B to X, C to Y, and also C to Z, C to Y, and C to Z. Okay, and R is, you see here 1 to B, 2 to A, and 2 to C. Okay, these two relations you draw here. Now how you will find this S composition R? You see here 1, you go to 1 to B, and then B to X. So you means you start from 1 and you reach X via B. So 1 comma X is a member of your S composition R. Okay, देखिए you see 1 comma X is a member of your S composition R. Now you come to 2. Okay, 3 is not starting, 3 is not okay given to anyone. So there is no member starting by 3. Okay. So 2, you see 2 to A and A to Y. You reach 2 to Y via A. So 2 comma Y is a member of S composition R. Again to start 2 to C. Okay. 2 to C and C to Y. So you reach 2 to Y via C. So you skip C. So already 2Y is there. Okay. So this is same. Okay. In this case. Now 2 to C again and C to Z. Okay. So you reach 2 to Z via again C. So you skip C, 2 comma Z is a member of your S composition. Similarly, this is very easy to find your composition. How many? There are 3 maps, 3 relations. If there is any other relation T, then T composition, S composition R, you can find by this way. Okay. Now let the functions f from A to B and B from C, G from B to C and H from C to D defined this. Determine each of the function is 1. If each function is 1 to 1, determine if each function is 1 to. Determine if each function is invertible. Find the composition of H composition of G composition of F. Okay. You see, this is your F, this is your G, and this is your H. Okay. Basically, here we will discuss this composition. Okay. What are the elements of this composition? Okay. So H composition, G composition, F जो है वो कहां से कहां मैप है? A to D. Okay. A to D. And how we will find the members of this? इसके members कैसे होंगे A to D में? कौन किसको मैप करेगा? अब start from A. You see here. A goes to 2, 2 goes to X, X goes to 4. So you start from A and you reach 4 via 2 members. Okay. So you skip these via members. A comma 4 is a member of your H composition, G composition, F. Similarly, you start from B. B to 1, 1 to Y, and Y to 6. So you start from B and you reach 6 via some members. Okay. From intermediate sets B and C. So B comma 6 is a member of your H composition. Here you see B comma 6, A comma 4, and C comma 4. So now we will start equipotent sets. Okay. Yeah, it is also called equivalent sets. What is this? So two sets A and B are said to be equivalent if there exists a 1-1 correspondence, 1-to-1 correspondence. That is a bijective map from A to B. Okay. कोई दो सेट हमारे पास ऐसा हो जिसके अंदर हमें बाइजेक्शन मिल जाए, we will say that these two sets are equivalent. Okay. Suppose A equal to A, B, C, D, E and B equal to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Here are 5 members. Here are 5 members. One you can put 1 to 1. Okay. A to 2, to B to 4, C to 6, D to 8, E to 10. Okay. In this way you can make a 1-1 and 1-2 map. So therefore A and B are equivalent sets. It is denoted by A equivalent to B. Just this symbol, A is equivalent to C. So in this case, here it is in case of finite case. Okay. If it is there is 1-1 correspondence. So you need same number of elements. Okay. Same number of elements. If set A is 4 elements, then B set should be also 4 elements. Okay. If A contains 4 and B contains 3 elements, you cannot find a 1-1 and 1-2 map from A to B. So A will not be equivalent to B. But now we will see what about infinite sets. Okay. Suppose N is your 1, 2, 3. You see here, and E is your 2, 4, 6. Okay. So in this case, F from N to E, if we define Fx equal to 2x, okay, not 2 to the power x, it is 2 times x. Okay. So then we will see easily then Fx equal to Fy implies 2x equal to 2y implies x equal to y. So F is 1-1. Similarly, for all twice x belongs to E, there exists x belongs to N. So get F of x equal to twice N, it is 1-2. So thus F is 1-1 and 1-2. So therefore N is equivalent to n is equivalent to E. Okay, set of even integers. Okay, you see. So what does it mean? You see here there are less number of members from here. You see 1, 2, 3 here continue, and here 2, 4, 6. So some numbers are missing. Okay, you see some numbers are missing. 1 missing, 3 missing, 5 missing. Okay, in this set means you see it contains less members from n, but here you see your map is 1, 1 and 1, 2. Okay, so in case of infinite set, okay, we need a bijection map. Okay, so if two sets are bijective as equivalent, okay, then their cardinalities are same. Okay, so in case of infinite case, if cardinalities are same, then their members are same. So in case of infinite sets, you can say like this. Okay, we cardinality same means we have a bijection map. Okay. So similarly, f from n to z, how you see f from n to z, f of n equal to n by 2 when n is even, minus 1 n plus 1 by 2 when n is odd. So then you will cover all these numbers you see here. 1 goes to 0, 2 goes to 1, 4 goes to 2, 6 goes to 3, 3 goes to minus 1, 5 goes to minus 2, 7 goes to minus 2. So in this way, you can cover up all the members of your n associated to all the members of your z. Okay, that is why we will say that in this f is a bijective map here. Okay, f is a bijective map because you are covering all the members. Okay, because you are covering all the members of n and associated with z. Okay, you are associating all the members of n with z. So we will say that f is a bijection from n to z. Okay, so therefore n is equivalent to, since there is bijection, so therefore n is equivalent to z. An infinite set, so a set S is infinite if it has the same cardinality as a proper subset of itself, otherwise S is infinite. Okay, this is the definition of an infinite set. If it has the same cardinality, matlab if it is equivalent to a proper subset of itself. A set is infinite if it is equivalent to a proper subset of it. Otherwise, S is finite. Okay. So equivalent sets have the same cardinality. Infinite sets are equivalent to its proper subset. Cardinality, same cardinality means, that means they are equivalent. Okay. Here is this. Now the relation of being equipotent is an equivalence relation in any collection of sets. Let X be the collection of sets for all A belongs to their exist identity map from A to A identity map. It is 1, 1 and 1, 2. So A is equivalent to A. Okay. Equipotent relation of being equipotent. So A is equivalent to A. Okay. अपने आप वो आइडेंटिटी मैप रखेंगे तो it is 1, 1 and 1, 2. So therefore A is equivalent to A. That means this relation, equipotent relation जो है वो reflexive. Now come to, if A is equivalent to B, that means there exists a 1, 1 and 1, 2 map from A to B. Okay. So this implies there exists an inverse map from B to A, which is also 1, 1 and 1, 2. A to B में 1, 1, 1, 2 map है. That means B से A में भी हमें we will get a inverse map. Okay. Which is B to A, and this is also 1, 1 and 1, 2. So B, that means B is equivalent to A. That means this relation of being equipotent is symmetric. Now we need to show that it is transitive. If A is equivalent to B and B is equivalent to C, then there exists a bijective maps F from A to B and G from B to C. Then the composition map. Okay. Then the composition map G composition F it is a map from A to C, is also bijective. 1, 1 and 1, 2. There is a theorem, composition map. If both the maps are 1, 1 and 1, 2, okay, they are bijective. You see, since equivalent, so there is a bijection 1, 1 and 2 map. Since this is also equivalent, so there is a bijection from B to C. So both the maps. This means F and G both maps are 1, 1 and 1, 2, and one theorem is there. If both maps are 1, 1 and 1, 2, then their composition is also 1, 1 and 1, 2 bijective. Okay. So G composition F, this is a map from A to C. Okay. This is also bijective by this theorem, 4.21, page number 1110. We have also discussed in our earlier lectures. So therefore, this is we get a bijection from A to C. So therefore, A to C, A is equivalent to C. Okay, that means the relation of being equipotent is transitive. So therefore, thus the given relation, this is an equivalence relation. Now we will show that these two intervals are equivalent. Okay, equipotent. How? These two equivalent. So we define a map which is 1, 1 and 2, F from 0, 1 to AB. Okay, this closed interval 0, 1 to closed interval AB. These two are, we need to show that these two are equivalent. We need to show that there exists a bijective map. So if we define map Fx equal to A plus B minus of X, okay, then if we take, you see X equal to 0, then we are getting A, and if we put X equal to 1, okay, then we will get this point B. That means if this map covers, if you cover all the members, we are covering all this interval. Okay, so this is a map from this to this, 0, 1 to closed interval AB. This means Fx equal to A plus B minus A. Now you can check it. F of x1 equal to f of, suppose for 1, 1ness, Fx equal to Fy means f of x1 equal to f of x2. So therefore this equal to this. This implies by calculating x1 equal to x2. So this implies f1 is 1, 1. Similarly, for each y belongs to closed interval AB, okay, if we have a member, okay, y belongs to, suppose y is a member of, arbitrary member of A comma B, closed interval AB, then this quantity y minus A upon B minus A, okay, so this amount y minus A upon B minus A, this is your x. Okay, so in this case x, this x belongs to closed interval 0, 1. Okay, so you means for y belongs to closed interval AB, you are getting a member x in closed interval AB, 0, 1, such that f of x equal to, you see, f of x means f of this member y minus A upon B minus A, and this is here, you see, y. So f of x equal to y. So for each y belongs to closed interval AB, you are getting a x from 0, 1, such that f of x equal to y. You can calculate it here. Suppose x equal to this. See, this implies f is 1, 2. So therefore f is 1, 1 and 1, 2 between these two sets. Okay. So therefore these two sets are equivalent. So these two sets are equivalent. Now next question, how we will prove this closed interval with this open interval, this closed interval with this semi-open interval, this closed interval with this side open and this side closed. Here it is this side closed and this side. These are these two are called semi-intervals. Okay, semi-open. This. Now how will this prove these two? You see, closed interval 0, 1, we can write this way. 0 is there, 1 is there, and also some other, all these standard fractions, 1 upon n type fractions we are taking here. 1 upon 2, 1 upon 3, 1 upon 4, 1 upon 5, 1 upon 6. Okay, rest of the fractions we are putting in this set A. Okay, like 3 upon 4. 3 upon 4 is a fraction in between 0, 1. Okay, so we put it here. Okay, 7 upon 8. Okay, 7 upon 8 is also here. So in this way, there are infinite number of fractions other than these standard fractions, 1 upon n type. Okay, we put all these fractions in A. Similarly, you see here, this is nothing but the set of this closed interval, excluding this only 0 and 1. Okay, so that means A is same, and from this left hand side, only excluding 0, 1. Okay, you see, so it is start from half, 1/3, 1/4, 1/5. Only we are missing 0, 1 because only these two sets. Okay, you see these two sets. This is closed interval 0, 1. So you write all the members of closed interval 0, 1. Then what will be your open interval 0, 1? Same, all the elements of closed interval 0, 1 except the boundary member 0 and 1. Okay, so 0 and 1 छोड़ के बाकी same members है closed interval. That is why we are writing same members from closed. Self we are excluding 0 and 1. Okay, so therefore A equal to this 0, 1 minus this 0, 1 minus this. So you see here diagram, in this diagram you put 0 to half, 1 to 1/3, half to 1/4, 1/3 to 1/5, 1/4 to 1/6, and A to A. In both the case A are same. So you just put identity map. Okay, in these two sets you put just identity map. Okay, so F from 0, 1 to 0, 1 by this figure, that is F is 1, 1 and 1, 2. Okay, you see, you put all these elements one by one, no elements left unmapped here, no elements left from these two this set. This is closed interval 0, 1 and this is open interval 0, 1. So closed interval 0, 1 to open interval 0, 1, you are when you are arranging, no elements left unmapped. You see 0 half, 1 1/3, half 1/4, 1/3, 1/5. Okay, like this way you are arranging all these members left hand side in this second bracket. Okay, and A to A it is identity map. 3 upon 4 goes to 3 upon 4, 7 upon 8 goes to 7 upon 15 upon 16 goes to 15 upon 16. Okay, so this is identity map, or here you are arranging. So this can be visualized by this map also. You see fx equal to half when x equal to 0, fn equal to 1 upon n plus 2 if x equal to 1 upon n, that is standard fractions where n belongs to n, and if x not 0, yeah, x not of the 1 upon n type means other fractions. Okay, उस case में fx equal to x means identity map. Okay, so thus the function f is 1, 1 and 1, 2. Consequently, this closed interval is equivalent to this open interval. Okay, so therefore these two sets are equivalent. You see this, we will prove this closed interval with this one. Okay, so let f from this closed interval, f is 1, 1 and 1, 2. They are this, from this you see b bar this. We know that this closed interval is equal to this one. Okay, by transitive property, closed interval to this and this to this. Okay, so therefore this closed interval is by transitivity. We can prove all these other relations by transitivity. Okay, main thing is this one. Okay, closed interval these two, this semi. Okay, so in any other intervals, AB, semi, closed, open, all are equivalent. Okay, you see there are some problems. Now we need to prove this all. Let Cx be the collection of all characteristic functions defined on X, then the power set Px is equivalent to Cx. Okay, so you define a map just from Px to Cx. Cx are all characteristic functions. Okay, so f from Px to Cx, f of a equal to x chi a. Okay, for all a belongs to Px. So clearly f is onto, because for any chi a belongs to Cx, there exists A belongs to Px such that f of A equal to chi A. Okay. Now you want to oneness, f of A equal to f of B. This means chi A equal to chi B. Okay. So you can prove that A contained in B. You need to prove that A equal to B. How? Suppose x belongs to A. That means x equal to 1. That is 1 equal to xa. Now these two maps are equal. X chi A equal to chi B. So therefore chi B x equal to, that means chi B x equal to 1. That means x belongs to B. Okay. Since 1, its value is 1. So that means x belongs to B. So therefore x belongs to A implies x belongs to B means A contained in B. Similarly, by using the equality of these two maps, we will again contain B contained in N. That means A equal to B. This implies f is 1 1. Here f is 1 2. Clearly, okay. So this map f from Px to C, C of x is 1 1 and 1 2. Therefore, these two sets are equivalent. Power set of x and Cx means collection of all characteristic functions defined on x. So these two sets are equivalent. Okay. This is you can see here it is some calculation is there. Okay. You prove it by yourself. You can prove it. Okay. There is some hints is there. Okay. So 0 1 open interval 0 1 is equivalent to this R set of real numbers. Okay. Here is the proof. You can see. Okay. So this is we are running out of time now. Okay. So this is all about. We have finished here first unit. Okay. From next class tomorrow, 4th period, I will start second unit. Okay. Okay. In the next class, we will start second unit. Okay. First unit is over now.
Okay. Yes, sir.